Well, hello everyone. You have right here is to where that they're talking about you know they talk about for now it is here, and what exactly does that mean when we do say stuff like now it is here, and like everybody else would even say is to where you would usually see that whenever it comes to marketing, right? If it's maybe advertising and marketing, or maybe if it's anything that is related to any source of coupons or anything like that. But let's just say that that when we do speak about now it is here, right? And so it sure seems that way that if we were to get into that conversation right here with an oldest, like with a friend of ours, and you're a lot of times you're thinking too is that okay, yeah. If it's maybe for that box of chocolates or something that you've been waiting, to hear, or something that you've been, that special gift for you and all that, and so it's like yeah. So if we were to use this word and phrase right here, Tucker prefer now it is here right here. So half the time it seems like that yeah that can you really use this in like any sorts of action verbs or anything like that, or maybe a pronoun, and everybody else will even say is toward well really now or later it is here or something like that. Could you maybe write that a sentence to word okay later it is here. So it sure seems that way that later it is here. So really that yeah. So if you were to actually if you were getting ready to even take care of a bill or something like that, and if you were to say something like later it is here, and then if you were to include an exclamation point or something like that. So how often do we really see that whenever it comes to marketing, and maybe whenever it comes to you surprising somebody? And a lot of times it sure seems that way that yeah that especially whenever you go to the movie theaters and whenever you go to these shopping malls, that you might see these advertisements that would show something like now it is here, later it is here, and so it's like yeah that so let's just say that if you're trying to order if you're trying to order tickets or maybe Super Savers passes or something like that, that you would notice that just a little bit is toward the yeah that you would see on the front of these ads right here, but still that so like everybody else might even say it is toward the yeah that by the time like I use these images right here just because of the fact that sometimes it's like yeah people may say that yeah whenever you have these conversations with an older brother or a sister, for sure that you would maybe tell them about your experience about something, if it's maybe related to a candy bar or something like that. But something that you've been, yeah, whenever you go shopping in those stores, a lot of times, even if it's a shampoo and conditioner, or maybe if it's lotion type products, that you might see something like that to where it says, now it is here or something like that, or later it is here. So a lot of times it's like, yeah, so even if it is, and I can also put on here, I talk about for found, and so I say that if you were to like yeah if there was a message on it, it's like yeah I found this package, yeah I found this package right here. So it seems like a lot of times it's like yeah, in case of anybody that may want to know too, that whenever you say found right here, but still that I'll go ahead and have that underline. I'll go ahead and underline that right there. But still, it's like so each time we do think about that in 102 is to where I found this package right here. But still, so if you're going to be getting into conversations with anybody, and let's just say that if you were to show them how something works, and let's just say that what you're working on is that you're trying to register to attend maybe a concert, if it's a concert, or maybe the movies, or maybe a festival or something like that going on in the spring, and then maybe somebody they don't really know how that works, so you're going to go ahead and guide it them, and take. I'm like yeah, so it's like show them the basic steps about what they gotta do, just to be able to order the tickets, and just to be able to order something in particular. And so a lot of times it's like yeah that why do you think that a lot of that would remind you of an older brother, or an older sister, or somebody somebody that friend of yours that you were with, and you're likely want to know too that yeah how does that work a lot of times. And but to me though it's like yeah that if you're going to be ordering a lot of things that you do order and a lot of things that you do shop around for, I'm like, some options where you can go ahead and, do that. Over the phone, you can call and follow the instructions on there, but then still, it's like, but if we were to use now it is here, right here, and so it sure seems that way that, every time, every time I think about that, I also keep thinking too is toward it, that, not everybody really knows how that works, so that's why it sure seems that way that, that, you're going to try to surprise somebody, especially maybe with the gift tag or a gift receipt or something like that. And I want to know too is that, if you're able to, if you're able to explain to somebody about, how it, that works, to where you go ahead and fill out the app, and I know that a lot of people, they say that, everybody else might even say that, I really think that it's all about that. Not everybody really wants to bother with it, really. If it requires a lot of reading and a lot of thinking, for sure, those forms, not everybody's really gonna want to go through all those pages of information, right? So that's why it seems like that you go ahead and you'll have fun and you'll be waiting. I'm like, so it's like so a lot of times it's like especially around the springtime that you're gonna go ahead and say is to where you go ahead and ask somebody, and that somebody's going to say is to where, okay, this is how you order the tickets, and this is how you go ahead and sign up, or this is how you register. But if we say that now it is here, right here, and so it's like, really, are you really teaching anybody whenever you do say that, or anybody say that, well, later it is here? So if you were to say that to your children, like, well, we can work on that later on. Like, well, maybe they're going to kind of give you that look like, well, pretty please, can we just, this should only take a minute to go ahead and fill out the paperwork and all that. So, so it's like, so how many of us really have experienced that a lot of times between now or later? And your 102 is that, especially if it's a Sunday night, that somebody's going to say that, well, I don't know how to do this, and so can you please, can you show me what I need to click on, what I need to do? And so it's like, so it's like everybody else might say that, now it is here and later it is here. And so I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that if not everybody knows how to do all that, and so it's like, like right here, they talk about explain it. Can you explain to the youngest about your work, about how all that works right there? So let's just say that this right here, I'm like, I think this was another conversation, or talking about explaining about right or wrong, but let's just say that if this right here was about ordering tickets. Ordering your passes or tickets, if you want to call it your passes, tickets or something like that. And in order to be able to get those tickets, that like everybody else might say, is toward it. So there's so, and then whenever you do write that, and let's just say that if you're trying to work on it out on an application about how that works, right, and so it's like, so if you were to, so a lot of times it's like whenever you do, by the time you figure out, how, all that works is toward it, it's delivered by mail, or if anything, you receive it on the phone by text message or something like that. But now it is here, and so it's like, so every time you do look at your email messages, and maybe every time you do look at your I'm like, your messages, and maybe even your smartwatches, or whichever device that you're on, and then you might see is toward it, almost everything else is going to look so totally different compared to whenever you do receive a package in the mail, that's delivered to you. I'm like, to the address for where it's going, right? So a lot of times, like everybody else might even say, is toward it, then why is it that it seems like just to be able to better understand it. Do you think that that's maybe one of the reasons why that with advertising that people might even say is toward okay, yeah, that with most of the time with advertising, whenever you say now it is here, now get that you get the idea of how this works and all. But anyway, but I thought I'd talk about that. But you talk about say really, what does it usually mean for now it's here?